This is a mock interview conducted by ForumIAS Academy at New Delhi. The interview panel includes eminent academicians, retired bureaucrats, and other luminaries. The objective of the program is to acquaint the candidate with the format and expectations of the personality test conducted by UPSC.
Sir, may I come in?
Yes, please come in.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. Please sit down.
Thank you.
Mr. Anirudha Pandey. So you're based in Prayagraj
Yes, sir.
and you have done civil engineering. After that, what did you do?
Sir, since then I am preparing for civil services exams.
Oh. So what makes you so keen for these services? What attracts you to these services?
Sir, I have always wanted to be a civil servant. I have seen many people many relatives in my family who are in the civil services, and their work and their nature of work that they do has inspired me to pursue a career in civil services.
So your father is retired now.
Yes, sir.
What he was doing earlier?
Sir, he was in military engineering services, sir.
Military engineering services.
Yes.
I see. So you didn't like to go to military?
Sir, I personally preferred more a job, means a service that offers public interface, greater public interface.
I see. That's good. You've done political science and international relations.
Yes.
Hillary Clinton recently,
Yes,
she
sir.
came and visited
Yes, sir. Sabarmati.
Sabarmati. What was the occasion? Why did she come?
Sir, it was, I think, to honor Ela Bhatt's memory, and she was associated with her since a long time back, sir.
So what Ela Bhatt has done? Who was she?
So she created Seva, Self-Employed Women's Association, and she worked for women empowerment, SHGs, and such areas, sir.
I see. So was she in the planning commission also sometimes?
So, sorry, sir, I'm not aware about it.
Hillary Clinton said something about Indian elections long back. Are you aware?
No, sir, sorry, sir, I'm not aware about it.
I see. You are a political science. I mean, you have the subject of the political science. That's why I thought
Yes.
you would be knowing. Today, there is a news that one MLA has been disqualified because he has been convicted in a criminal case.
Yes, sir.
What are your, according to you, what are the provisions to check criminalization in politics?
Sir, there is Representation of People Act 1950 and 1951, sir, which they specify disqualifications for...
Which one, 50 or 51?
1951, sir. It is Section 8 in 1951 Act, which specifies how, the conditions for grounds on which a MLA can be disqualified.
What
sir.
does it say?
Sir, it disqualifies for bribery, for corruption, for indulgence in tampering with the ballots and other such crimes, sir. And Section 8 also says that if a person is convicted for 2 years, for which the punishment is greater than 2 years, then after conviction he will be disqualified, sir.
Okay. But there are other provisions also where 2-year limit is not required, or is it required?
Sir, sorry, sir, I'm not aware about such provision.
Okay. So, Indian elections, generally people talk about Indian election as very good, isn't it?
Yes.
So, there is something called Electoral Integrity Perception Index.
Electoral, yes, sir.
Integrity, Perception of Electoral Integrity Index.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard of it?
Sorry, sir, I have not heard of it.
Okay. So you will not be able to know whether we have been improving on this or we have been coming down. You must have heard about Democracy Index.
Yes, sir.
Which are the organizations doing assessment of democracy
Sir,
internationally?
Sir, the organizations per se, are not coming to my mind, sir, currently.
Random House?
Yes, sir.
Random House?
Random House.
Anything else?
Sir,
No.
World Democracy Report is there, but I'm not able to recollect the organization.
There are more than one organization
Yes.
reporting on that. And Indian democracy has been rated rather low.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Sir, it has been rated a backslider democracy, and the reasons being the reasons cited in those reports, sir, are that the press freedom is declining in India, sir, and secondly, there are allegations of the process of appointment of the election commission and its functioning implies that it has a dependence on the executive, sir. So a strong executive can influence the election commission, sir.
Oh, I see.
Anirudha,
Yes.
do you believe in destiny?
Yes, sir, I do.
So, if you are stuck in a situation,
Yes.
so what would you trust in, destiny or the hard work?
Sir, I will trust in my hard work, sir. And if my hard work is unable to achieve the desired consequences, then I will believe it was not in my destiny.
How would you know that your hard work is enough?
Sir, it will I will not stop trying until I can try. But
How would destiny help then?
sir, the destiny will not help me, sir, in that process. The destiny is the end result, sir. It is what happens in the end.
So what about your faith in destiny? What is the role of destiny then in your success or fate?
Sir, there is no role. It is what it is. It is decided, I believe that destiny is what is already decided. But I believe that...
If everything is already decided, what's the point in putting in any effort?
No, sir, everything is not already decided. That is...
Okay, let's move to the next question. So who was invited as a chief guest in 26th of January this year?
Yes, sir. President of Egypt, LCC, sir.
What was the reason behind inviting him? Or for that matter, how do we decide on inviting chief guests?
Sir, it is decided mainly based on our foreign policy interests and our relations with the nations whose presidents are invited, sir.
So, he, inviting president of Egypt, what does it signify?
Sir, it signifies that India wants to deepen its ties with Egypt, and it is also an acceptance of the rule of LCC in Egypt, sir, which is debatable because LCC was a former military commander.
Anything else?
Sir, it also signifies our interest in export of wheat to Egypt, sir, which has...
Anything related to geopolitics?
Sir,
is it India trying to revive NAM?
Sir, India is not per se, as far as I am aware, trying to revive NAM, sir. NAM is already existing and it is quite powerful. And India is trying to strengthen it so that it can raise the voice of the global south, sir.
Okay. So you like, watching stand-up comedy, right?
Yes, sir.
So, have you heard of this stand-up comedian called Tanmay Bhatt?
Yes, sir, I have heard of Tanmay Bhatt.
What is the controversy around him nowadays?
Sir, the current controversies around Tanmay Bhatt, I am not exactly aware about.
Okay. Tell me something. I aspire to become a stand-up comedian, right?
Yes, sir.
I find myself funny.
Yes, sir.
My friends find me quite funny. But when I go to the stage,
Yes, sir.
people don't find me funny.
Yes.
So what am I lacking and what should I improve upon?
Sir, I believe it is because of stage fright and difficulties in public speaking, sir. And
that I'm pretty confident about. See, I'm talking to you.
Yes.
I'm on the stage kind of. The recording is going on. So that part is well taken care of. Still, people don't find my jokes funny.
Yes, sir. So, sir, it might be because of the people are not able to relate to your jokes, sir. The content which you are saying is not relevant to the audience, sir. That might be one of the reasons.
Okay. What is Gati Shakti?
Sir, Gati Shakti is a program to revolutionize infrastructure building in India, sir. And it aims to ensure linkages and synergy between various infrastructure projects, sir, so that they are fast-tracked.
Okay, my last question.
Yes.
There are two terms, universal basic income and minimum guaranteed income, right? What is the difference between these two terms and which one you advocate?
Sir, minimum guaranteed income is a lower threshold and it ensures that the people are provided the least which will help them tide over, and universal basic income is a higher threshold where and it can be implemented in a more prosperous state, where means the developed countries, where the state can afford to give a respectable amount of money to every citizen, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, hello Anuj.
Hello, sir.
You've taken PSIR as your optional.
Yes, sir.
Any particular reason?
Sir, it was a tactical choice. I took it because it has greater overlap with GS subjects and its syllabus is limited as compared to civil engineering, which was my graduation subject, and it has more marks fetching potential.
And how do you fare in international relations? I see your IFS is very low in your preferences.
Yes, sir. So, sir, the reason for IFS being lower on my preference is because all my friends and family are based in India, and my parents also have emerging health issues, sir. So I would like to stay closer to
What
them.
if you get some cadre which is very remote?
Yes.
Then also you won't be able to take care of them.
Sir, I believe traveling will be possible, and the parents can also visit me, sir, or live with me for that matter.
What do you understand by utilitarianism?
Sir, utilitarianism is a philosophy which prioritizes self-interest over and it shows the good for, sorry sir, if I can recall for 1 second, means the greatest good of the greatest number, sir. It believes in the greatest good of the greatest number.
Can you relate utilitarianism with the term Revdi politics?
Yes, sir. I can relate it, sir. Revdi politics is basically the politics of freebies, and utilitarianism also says that the greatest good of the greatest number should be done. So what Revdi politics is trying to do is it is trying to give a great number of people something for free, which will lead to which will help enhance the voter base of the party which is giving the freebies, sir. And it might not be wise in the long term because it will not.
Is it a utilitarian approach?
Sir, if we go by the narrow definition of utilitarianism, then it is a utilitarian approach.
What is the broader view of utilitarianism?
Sir, in broader view, it is not in the greatest good of the greatest number of people, because in long term it will hinder investments in infrastructure and investment to improve the long term health and social sectors. That is why it will not be in long term interest of.
What did Mill say about it?
Sir, who?
J.S. Mill.
J.S. Mill. Sir, J.S. Mill was a supporter of utilitarianism, and he basically modified the utilitarian principle of Bentham. And Bentham's view of utilitarianism was narrow, whereas J.S. Mill's view of utilitarianism was more broader. Sir.
What is the difference between theories given by young Marx and mature Marx?
Sir, the focus of young Marx was more on alienation and freedom, whereas the focus of mature Marx was more on capitalism and how to root it out.
Which one of them is more relevant in today's society?
Sir, in today's society, young Marx is more relevant because today rooting out capitalism and violent revolution are outdated concepts. But alienation, mental estrangement, and mental health issues, which Marx tried to address in his economic and philosophic manuscripts, that is more relevant in today's.
What do you think the government can do about it?
Sir, the government, to implement some of the ideas of young Marx, should ensure that basically Marx focused on the workers' mental health in capitalist mode of production. So for workers, there should be greater focus on their mental health, and mental health counseling should be done. And a role of community should be promoted. So Marx also emphasized on the role of community to ensure that there is no alienation of the people.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi Anirudh.
Hi, sir.
Anirudh, you are from Prayagraj.
Yes.
So we have seen this changing of names trends in past few years in Uttar Pradesh especially.
Yes, sir.
So are you in favor of it or against it?
Sir, I believe that it should be done on a case-to-case basis, sir. And in case of Prayagraj, sir, I am in favor of the name change because it represents the will of the people, as well as the current name reflects last 2,500 years of the history of the city, sir. The last name reflected only last 500
So whatever
years.
the will of the people is should be named after that.
Sir, it must be taken into consideration, sir. It cannot be the only factor, but in a democracy, the will of the people is supreme and it should be a consideration, sir.
Okay. So there is also Sangam in Prayagraj.
Yes, sir.
So we have this these three rivers. Where is the third river?
Sir, the third river is the mythological river Saraswati, and it was present in the Vedic times, but it is not currently present there.
Some people claim that it flows through Rajasthan.
Yes, sir. There is a debate. Some people believe that in Haryana or Rajasthan, the river flows through there, and some means it is also mentioned in the Shastras that it means merges with Ganga and Saraswati or Yamuna in Prayagraj, sir.
Okay. You are from political science background. You have taken your optional as political science.
Yes, sir.
What is a social contract?
Sir, social contract is a contract between the people and the basically a contract between the people which leads to the creation of state, sir. So people live in a state of nature, means where there is no central authority, and then they decide to make a contract and create a central authority, sir. So that is basically, it is an imaginary concept, sir. It is not actually there on the ground, but it is a theoretical
You
concept.
talked about state of nature. Can
Yes.
you compare the state of nature for Hobbes versus that of Locke?
Yes, sir, I can. The state of nature of Hobbes was a state of war, sir. It was very violent and there was complete anarchy. Whereas in Locke, the state of nature was a state of peace, goodwill, and mutual assistance. And it was very peaceful. But there were certain inconveniences such as lack of uniformity, because of which people decided to create a state-wise social contract.
So what is the need, if at all there is a social harmony, everything is going well? Maybe some code of ethics, maybe some rule can be created rather than creating a state and giving it the social rights to the states. So why was the need there?
Sir, according to Locke himself, the need was that because people have reason, but people also have passion. If passion dominates over reason, then state of nature can turn violent, and that is why state is needed.
And what are the preventions that can be taken, or what rights should not be given to the state?
Sir, according to Locke, the right to health, life, liberty, health, and property. Basically, these rights the humans enjoyed even in the state
For
of nature.
Hobbes?
And for Hobbes, sir, all the individual enjoys no rights, sir. All the rights must be given to the state. So it creates an authoritarian Leviathan.
Leviathan. So when we talk about Leviathan, how do you see the present Indian polity, present Indian state? We are using the colonial legacy of sedition. We are using UAPA, PMLA. How do you compare that to present times?
Sir, I believe that it is what can be called a shackled Leviathan, sir. There is a strong state, but it is shackled, sir. The rights of the citizens, the fundamental rights prescribed in the Constitution, the basic structure of the Constitution, these are the shackles which are placed on the Leviathan, sir. It ensures that the Leviathan does not impinge on the individual rights of the citizens.
So are you aware of any example that we are able to control the state? Because from where I see that state has most of the powers, and they are using the loopholes, making the amendments like to recently PMLA. Yes. So what can be done about it?
So the examples which you said, sir, are like the release of Siddique Kampan, the journalist from Kerala who was arrested by the UP police, or the release of the protester Sarjeel Imam and others So these are the examples of how the Leviathan is being shackled. And sir, what was the second question? I forgot. Sir.
Even I don't recall. Okay, so about human rights, what are these vertical and horizontal rights?
Sir, vertical and horizontal human rights. Sir,
Rights, if not human rights, what are the vertical rights and horizontal rights?
sir, sorry, sir, it is. I'm not aware about it.
Okay, my last question.
Yes.
So you are into ecotourism as well.
Yes. Sir.
What has budget done for ecotourism? Budget done for, let's say, why is it called the green budget?
Sir, because there is a greater focus on green growth, sir, to achieve the India's Panchamrit commitments as well as the INDC targets, sir. It has.
Give me 3 points, 3 initiatives.
Yes, sir. First is Mishti for mangrove plantation, sir. And then there is, sir, PM Pranam for alternative fertilizers. And there is promotion of CBG, compressed biogas, Govardhan scheme, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes,
sir. I would also suggest that you are answering your questions pretty fast.
Yes.
You are not taking a second break after the question is complete.
Yes.
So just take a break. At least it should appear that you are thinking or processing the question. Even if you are prepared, your mind is working really fast. That is all okay.
Yes.
But give an impression of that calm personality who is being thoughtful of what his opinions are.
Yes.
Right. So that is going to help. And you need not use terms like yes sir, I agree to what you are saying.
Yes.
Right. Yes sir is itself an agreement, right?
Yes.
Yes sir, no sir, etc. So otherwise, I think knowledge-wise you are doing well. Some opinions, as everyone said, a little balance would be done. Do talk to any, you have your relatives, some civil servants. Do talk to anyone. They will not suggest anything of that sort.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I think otherwise it's going well. All the best.
Thanks.
Yeah.